Hey guys, it's Alicia. Welcome back. I hope you're all doing well. We have all seen these letters, and I have the biggest, quickest hack to make these letters. You can literally make one of these letters in less than 60 seconds, and I'm going to show you now. But before we get into the tutorial, I do want to let you know that I will have the entire alphabet available for purchase, and I will have it linked down below. Now, without further ado, let's jump right into the tutorial. So when we are in Canva, we're going to go over here to where it says custom size. And I'm not going to make the entire alphabet. I wanted to also point that out. I'm just going to make about 3 letters just to show you how it's made. But I do have the entire alphabet. It will be linked down below if you're interested in purchasing. So I'm going to go ahead and click on 5,000 by 5,000 so that we have a square. Now, since I've already made my A, I'm going to make the B. And I'm going to go over here and I'm going to add a heading. And just type a capital B. Going to make it bigger, and I also want to change my font to Lolita 1, which is what the font is for this one. Now that I have this, I want to go ahead and I'm going to download this letter as a transparent background. So I'm going to go ahead and click download. I'm going to click transparent background. Next, we are going to head over here to a site that is called iPiccy.com. I have been using this site for years, ever since I started my YouTube channel back in 2018. So I'm going to go ahead and click new, and I'm just going to click on a square, which is all we need. Now I'm going to go over here and I'm going to upload, and I'm going to click on add images, and I'm going to click here on my B and add it over here. Once it's over here, we can make this a little bit bigger if we want, and then I'm just going to put this back in here. Now we need to pick out some digital paper. And I'm going to head over to Canva real quick just to show you something, because when you're picking out digital paper in Canva, you cannot just use their digital paper and download it. You have to modify it in some way, shape, or form. So let's just say I'm going to go over here to uploads. I'm going to go here to elements. And let's just say that we wanted to use this digital paper right here. If we try to download this just like it is right now, Canva is not going to allow us to do this, because it's going to tell us that there's only one image or graphic. Premium images cannot be exported on their own. Add more elements and then try again. So you need to do something to this to make it your own. Is what I like to do, because it's the most similar, is I like to click on edit, and then I'm going to go over here where it says filters. And I usually try to find a filter that looks similar, because we're actually going to end up bringing it back over here in Canva anyway. So I clicked on Belvedere on this filter, which barely changed it. It actually made it look a little bit better. It made the strawberries a little bit darker. And then now it will allow us to download this. So then I'm going to go ahead and download this as a PNG. Now I have already, as you can tell, I have already done this with all of these, so I'm ready to go, but I did want to show you that just so that you know exactly how to make it. So the next thing I'm going to do now is go ahead and add my digital paper over here, and I'm going to click. You want to make sure you tap on this digital paper, and over here you are going to click lighten, and then bam, here is your digital paper. You can also take this and kind of move it around a little bit if you want your strawberries to be placed differently. I'm going to save this image. I'm going to click the highest quality, and I want to save this as a PNG, and I'm going to download this to my computer. Now I'm heading back over to Canva. I'm going to take this letter right here and I'm going to make it a little bit smaller, and I'm going to put it over to the side because we are going to be using this here shortly. And then I'm going to go ahead and upload what we just created over in iPiccy.com. Now, if you do have the free version of Canva, you will need to make sure that you take the background out of this before you bring it over here. So I'm going to go ahead and remove the background. And I'm also going to make this just a little bit bigger. And the reason that we wanted to remove the background is because I'm going to add an outline, and I'm going to click edit, and I'm going to go down here to where it says shadows, and I'm going to click on outline. Now I definitely do not want it this thick, so we're going to scroll down. I'm going to take the thickness down to about this. Perfect. Okay, now I am ready to bring this letter back into the picture of our design. And I'm going to make this bigger. And we want it about the same size, or maybe just a tad bit bigger than what we have this design. It doesn't have to be match perfect. As a matter of fact, we don't want it to be perfect. So now I'm going to click over here on effects, and the one we're going to choose is hollow, and I'm also going to take this thickness way down, and then now I am going to take this image and tilt it just a little bit so that it looks messy and looks kind of sloppy, just like the other one did. And I'm really kind of liking this. And then I'm just going to add over here, I just type in zigzag outline. I'm going to go to elements, and well, actually it's already right here. So I'm going to make this a little bit smaller, and also going to turn this way. And I'm going to put this one right here, maybe make it a little bit smaller. And then I'm going to duplicate this. I think I'm going to put one on the bottom. Okay, so I am really liking this. This is how this turned out, and I think it turned out very well. Once again, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to download this as a transparent background. So I'm going to go ahead and click download. And we want to make sure that our box is checked where it says transparent background. I'm going to download this. And the reason that we want to do that is because we're getting these ready to sell, and the people that use them are going to want to overlap these and make words out of them. So I'm going to now go ahead and just get rid of this. We don't need any of this anymore, and I'm going to go ahead and start with our next letter. So I'm going to go ahead and do one more letter just to show you how this is done. So we're going to click on text, add a heading, the letter C. So I'm going to click here. We're going to add a heading, and I'm just going to type a capital C. And then I'm going to change the font and make this bigger. Now that I have this, I'm going to go ahead and download this, and I want to make sure that it is a transparent background, and I'm going to click download. Now I'm going to head back over here to iPiccy. I just toggle back and forth. I'm going to click new, and where it says custom size, I'm actually just going to go up here and click square and create. And I'm going to click up here on this little box. This is where we add our image, and I'm going to go ahead and add the letter C. And I'm going to go ahead and add this image over here, and I'm going to make it just a little bit bigger. Okay, now we are ready to add our digital paper over the top. It's just a matter of selecting. So let's see, we've already used the color pink and sort of like a blue. So I'm going to go with something a little bit different. Maybe I'll use these orange slices. And then we're going to tap and highlight this, and over here on the left hand side we're just going to tap lighten, and bam, here is our letter. So I'm going to go ahead and click save, highest quality, change this to a PNG, save this to my computer. Perfect. Now we're going to head back over here, and we're still going to need this letter, so I'm going to just move it out of the way for a little bit and just keep it on hand over here. And now we're going to upload that letter that we just made over in iPiccy. And we want to make sure that we take the background out so that it will outline it properly. So I'm going to go ahead and click remove the background. If you do not have the pro version of Canva, then you can use Microsoft Designer to remove the background, and it's free. So I'm going to go ahead and make this just a bit bigger. And then I'm going to click on edit. I'm going to scroll down and click outline. And then scroll down here. I don't want it to be this thick, so I'm going to take it down some more, pretty much like this. I like that. Now this is where our image right here comes in, and I'm going to go ahead and make this bigger. Comes back into the picture. And we want to kind of make it, I guess, around the same size, but maybe it can be just a little bit bigger, just not too much. You just kind of have to play around with it. And then we're going to click here on effects, and I'm going to click hollow. Definitely we don't want it that thick at all, so we're going to take this thickness down. And then I'm going to just go ahead and play around with this and take this image, and we're going to tilt it. And you can still, I feel like this is still just a little bit too big, so I'm going to go ahead and move that up and then move this down. We want it to be we want it to be off, we want it to look messy. And I think I kind of like this. So now I'm going to go ahead and download this, and I'm going to download this again with a transparent background. And the reason that we're doing this is so that whenever we get these ready to sell, whoever uses them has them on transparent background, and they can go ahead and make things out of them. So now that we have all of our letters, I'm going to go ahead and click out of this and just kind of go back here to Canva. I am going to click 5,000 by 3,000. I'm going to pull over all of our images just to show you. As a matter of fact, I'm going to make this colored, and I'm just going to make it like a really light color. As a matter of fact, even lighter than this. And this is just so you can see what was done. And then I'm going to go ahead and click uploads. And I'm going to upload these images that we just recently made. And then I'm going to put all these over here. And just to show you how you can use these. So for example, you can do like the A, and you can tilt it like that. And you can do the B. And you can have this overlapping, You can make that a little bit bigger. Pull our C over here. And on the C, I'm going to take this one and click layer, and I'm going to send it backward. And that's how we do that. Now, I do have this entire alphabet. This is how it turned out. I do have this entire alphabet ready for sale. I'll have it linked down below. I hope this video was helpful for you. If you have any questions or comments, just leave them down in the comment section below. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope everyone has a great day. See you on the next one.